This movie is so good. It's so good. It may be my favorite movie so far this year.
Wow.
That's how I feel about it. I texted you after I saw it and said how much I. By the way, you were on a plane with a friend of mine and his baby. You were playing with his baby
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I have two of my own babies, so I'm pretty well practiced.
Yeah.
I see a baby and it's just a natural instinct.
He said you were very sweet.
Oh, good.
Okay, so this is your first time here. Welcome.
Yes, if I explode, everybody forgive me.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yes.
But you're doing very well right now. You're in a few things.
I'm still
You should have seen him in the green room.
Yeah.
He's not even joking. I'm in one piece so far, so yes.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So I love small independent movies. I love small movies. And I thought, I'm just watching this small movie that not a lot of people will see. It's getting Oscar buzz. You're winning all kinds of awards, and the performances are amazing. And I'm so excited that people are seeing this movie because I really thought it was just a small movie, and it's getting a lot of exposure. So tell everybody what the movie is about.
You want to?
No, you take this.
No, you take it. No, you do it.
It's a love story. It's basically, I play a graduate student who's finishing up his doctoral thesis and goes to stay with a family, a very well-educated, sort of like polyglot family, of which Timothy plays Elio, their son. And over the course of this beautiful summer, you just get to watch two human beings fall in love with each other. And it's
Who wouldn't fall in love with this guy right here, right? Yeah.
So the movie is about the two of you having like this amazing chemistry. You had never met before, and you had one rehearsal, and the rehearsal was
hilarious.
This is well, we hadn't had a really proper rehearsal yet. Army tells this story better than I do, so I'll let him cut me off at a certain point. But you know, we were rehearsing the villa. We were shot the film where the film takes place, and Luca, our director, one day says, "Okay, let's do a rehearsal. We're gonna go into the backyard. Join us." And so Army and I were very enthusiastic. We had our scripts, and we went in the backyard.
And we get out to this sort of like patch of grass, and he goes, "Okay, we'll rehearse right here. Let's just pick a scene. Let's do scene 71." And he just kind of arbitrarily throws out a number. So we go, "Okay, great." We go to our page, and we get to the page on the script, and all it says is, "Elio and Oliver roll around in the grass making out." And we kind of look at each other, and we're like, all right,
here we go.
That's why we're here. Let's do this. So we kind of get down on the ground and start making out. And he goes, no, stop. What are you doing? And we go, we're trying to make out. He goes, I want you two to make out like you want to make out with each other, like passionately. And we were like, good direction. Yes, that's exactly what we should be doing. Let's do it. So then we start making out, and then we're making out, and then we're making out, and then we're making out, and no one's saying stop, and all of a sudden we both kind of stop, and we look, and Luca had just walked away, and just left us, like there, rolling around in the grass.
That's
and that was our only rehearsal.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was a bit of an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Destroyed the ice.
Yeah.
Destroyed the ice.
Yeah.
I heard that you had a little bit of problem because of razor burn. That was your biggest.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
Now you understand.
Army didn't have to deal with it because I am on the cusp of manhood. I don't really have to shave ever, so that's all right. But there's a significant beard going on there. That's a real thing people deal with.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure many people here know about that.
Yeah.
I don't anymore, but I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you dodged the bullet.
Yeah. That's mainly why. That was
That was the main reason.
It was number one, and there were a couple of others. But so has your wife seen the movie yet?
She has, and she loved it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she loved the movie. She loved the book. She called it one of the sexiest books she's ever read.
It is.
In her
It's
life.
one of the sexiest movies. And it's beautiful. The scenery, everything. And has your family seen it?
My parents have seen it. My grandma has yet to see it. I think she's going to be in shock when she does. But
Don't tell her anything about it. Just make her watch it.
But it really is, and because I know Army, but I didn't know you, and you're heterosexual, and I was like, the commitment and the beautiful way you told this story, and especially knowing that you're young and you're straight and you did this, it made me love you even more because it was a beautiful job.
Well, thank you, Ellen. That means the world coming from you. I really mean that.
No, it really was.
And I have the tremendous gift of absolutely nobody knowing who I am. So I thought if this doesn't work, then
yeah.
On to the rest of life.
Well, when anybody sees this, you are so sexy in this movie. You really,
Okay.
You are.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I like.
Oh my God, it's going to be a lot harder to look you in the face now.
No, I mean
at my feet
like
the rest of the interview.
girls are going to go crazy, guys are going to go crazy. It really is. You're amazing, and you learned Italian for this. You learned piano. You learned guitar. I mean,
He's got all kinds of skills that you don't even know about.
No,
I mean,
well,
What the hell does that mean?
All right. It's so there's a clip of you being a rapper that I understand that we have that.
Yes!
Let's,
Yes!
Let's take a look at the clip of you being a rapper.
This makes me so happy.
Look at me, it's Timmy T. About to hit him with the ZTST. Let's do a problem, let us see the probability you see me on TV. 1,000 trillion%. I'm a statistical wonder, a statistical gem. 1 in a zillion, about to net a million.
So the backstory behind that is that was a school project that he had to actually turn in for a statistics class. So everyone else wrote out all these big sort of statistics papers and all that, and he turned in this awesome rap, and the teacher only gave him like a D+.
Oh, no.
Yeah, shame on you.
Yeah,
shame on you, wherever you are, shame on you.
Wherever that teacher is.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that you are
No.
sexiest risk taker.
Yes,
And let's not
I
forget
thought we
that.
were just embarrassing Timmy.
No, just. You should both be proud of all of your accomplishments. Yeah.
Now, I knew he was sexy, and I knew he took risks, but I didn't know he was the
Sexiest
sexiest
risk taker.
taker.
No, there's other risk takers. He's the sexiest. It is called Call Me By Your Name. It's playing in select theaters now, and I hope you go see it because it is a beautiful story, and it's a beautiful movie to watch also. It's just the scenery, everything. We'll be right back. Hi, Timothy.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming back. You actually were supposed to be here a couple of weeks ago, and then you got sick.
I know, I was genuinely sick.
Yeah.
I was genuinely sick.
Yeah.
Truly.
Well, it bummed me out. I was so excited, but then you're here, and I'm happy to see you again.
Thank you for having me back, and thank
Yeah.
you everyone for being here.
Yes, welcome. If they weren't here, it'd be weird.
That
It
would
just
be a weird thing.
Just be me and you.
That's
just
not normal to
just,
think,
Just
everyone.
quiet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Yes, we actually did it as a joke. I did it with Will Ferrell. We did some weird thing where he showed up on a Saturday and nobody was here. And it was funny. So I think you're here for free clothes. Is that right?
Yes. You have like the best gear.
Thank you so much.
Like Ellen has very comfortable underwear. They're very
Yeah.
tied to your body.
Yes, and you're always posting T-shirts. You're always wearing my
Yes, that's true.
T-shirt, the
Yes.
underwear. It's wonderful. But it seems like you need more clothes.
Well, that's why I'm here, because there's a bunch of new Ellen T-shirts in the back for me today.
That's right, there are. All right, so the last year, I mean, you're such a good actor. You're so amazing. You were nominated for an Oscar, and now you're nominated for tons of awards. You were just at the Golden Globes, and Beautiful Boy it's brilliant, and you're amazing in it.
Thank
You
you.
really are.
Thank you so
It's just. And I mean, really, if you haven't seen it, it's a very important film to see. It's fantastic, and it's Timothy, and it's Steve Carell, and it's about a very important subject matter, and he's just beautiful in it, beautiful boy.
Beautiful.
Is it getting easier for you to go to these award shows now?
No, it's nerve-wracking. This is all nerve-wracking, honestly, but in a good way, and I'm very grateful for all of it. But you know, it's just a surreal thing to. Yeah, I've been looking up to everyone in these rooms basically my whole life, so it's a weird thing to be, I love the way you dress. I think you're like, I mean, every time you just have such great style, and you wore the coolest thing to the Globes, and people didn't really understand. Who was that? That's a Louis Vuitton, like Virgil Abloh. That's the guy. That's a designer who did it.
So it was fantastic, and people thought you were wearing a harness of some
Yeah,
sort.
no, I thought it was a bib. They told me it was a bib, and I had a friend send me a thing that, like sex dungeon culture is a thing where you wear harnesses. So
that
maybe that's
that got a lot of pickup.
I wasn't. I didn't do it for that reason, but
Yeah. Anyway, you always look so good, and you brought your mom.
Brought mom, yeah.
How was that?
That was that was great. We don't like. I was like excited to see Lady Gaga and Rami Malek, and she was like excited to see like Tony Shalhoub and Dick Van Dyke. So we're not like.
Well, there was somebody for everybody then.
Yeah, exactly. We're not the same type of fan, I guess. But it was great to be there with her, and she was really excited.
That's sweet. You brought her.
And it was great. And we danced with no shoes at the after party, and she wore off-white, which is like she didn't really. That's like a men's streetwear thing. So I didn't tell her that was like a men's streetwear thing. But look, there's a picture right there. We were having a great time. We were dancing together.
Yeah, you are. And so you're very close. And were you a good kid?
I was, yeah, I was a good kid. I mean.
That took too long.
Sorry, well, I had things to make up for, and I used to go on these cruise ships with my mom. Like when I was like 8 to 12 years old, we would do these cruise ships together, and we were pulling into port once, and she was getting out of a shower. She was drying herself, and she went on the balcony just to like kind of go like woo as we were pulling into port. And just to be funny, I locked the door, just locked the balcony door, and kind of like pretended to be like leaving the room, just kind of dancing about. And I thought it'd be really funny if I actually left the room and like gave it a minute or 2 minutes or something, and like let her back in. And I waited like 3 minutes, and I didn't have my key card after I realized. And like we were pulling, like our balcony was on the side of the.
Was she naked?
She was naked. Yeah. Yeah. That's not like a weird thing though when you're prepubescent, right?
No.
Maybe I shouldn't have brought that up. But I like ran the length of the ship a couple times and was like weeping and truly like, and finally got a key card. When I came back in, she had taken, there was like a little like foyer thing to put her feet, and she had like covered herself with it. And she like threw it. Anyway, I was devastated. I was really devastated.
Yeah.
She saw how devastated I was.
Right. But I mean, if you're pulling into port, there are people on the dock seeing her.
Seeing her, yeah, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, you have some things to make up for.
Okay.
So you just shot Little Women.
Yeah,
with
I did.
Meryl Streep.
And Saoirse Ronan, who was just here.
And
Saoirse was at the Globes, like collecting weird stuff to bring on this show.
Yeah, she brought a bag full of like dead tulips and
Yeah.
and the.
But it was a really weird thing to see like happening.
Yeah.
While she was there because like at the table where everyone's like sitting, and she'd be like grabbing stuff and like putting it in her pocket.
And she said she was doing it for me.
And she said she was doing it for you.
That was really sweet.
So I didn't know what that meant. In fact, it
Yeah.
sounded like I don't know what was going on.
It's like a scavenger hunt or something like
yeah,
that.
like a little scavenger hunt.
All right, we have to take a break. We're going to talk about this movie that you're so good in. But before we go to break, I got you a little something. I know there's stuff in the dressing room, but we have more things for you.
Oh my Lord, that's so much stuff.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Wow.
All right. We'll be back. Oh, boy, we're back with Timothée Chalamet. That's beautiful, boy. So this is based on a true story, and explain the story.
Well, this is based on 2 memoirs. The movie's based on a memoir called Beautiful Boy, which is written by the father, David Sheff, and Tweak, written by Nick Sheff, who I play in the movie. It's about methamphetamine addiction and just the ups and downs that process can entail, especially from the perspective of a family member or a parent or a loved one or a sibling. I'm sure people in this audience right now have dealt with it either personally or know someone that has. And that's basically the incentive. That's why we made the movie with Steve Carell, is to try to be a mirror of sorts to what people are going through in our country right now. A lot of young people are going through this, and hopefully we did it some justice.
Yeah, it's amazing, and also it's so hard, as you see in the movie, for the parents to deal with this, because you're trying to be supportive, trying to be there, and then at some point you have to have tough love.
And yeah, exactly, and draw a line, and there is no there's no exact formula on how to beat this kind of thing, and it's devastating as a family member, as a parent, to see a loved one spin out. And the first thing we can do, I think, as a community, as a greater community, I guess as a country, is to be able to talk about it and not obliterate it with shame and taboo and embarrassment.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Steve Carell he's a hilarious guy, but his dramatic acting is just superb.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe I don't know in the past, but now who can do comedy to that level and drama to that level? And also he's just an amazing human being, a great father, and opens the van door for people to get out, and is just, and he's Michael Scott. He's The Office.
Did he know that you were a huge fan? Because I know you were a fan of The Office.
No, he didn't. I'm I 80% of my time with people that I've looked up to, I'm just trying not to reveal it, right now.
Well, you just revealed it.
Yes.
But so I'm going to show something to the audience that that may be a little embarrassing to you. I don't think it will be, but because I think it's adorable.
Okay.
But if I show it, I think it would be. Then I'll give the audience a little something, because I don't know why they deserve something when I'm embarrassing you, but
No,
that somehow
that's fair, right?
That's how I worked out
Yeah.
in my head. All right. So. We'll take a look at this and you'll tell me about it.
Okay.
Oh.
That's really funny you guys pulled that. That's my first acting job ever. And Law & Order is the mothership. That employs Wait, I don't think it's running anymore. There's SVU is running still, and there's other versions. But that that gives everybody their start, kind of in acting, right?
Yeah, everybody has been on.
Were you on Law & Order?
I've never been on Law.
Well, you weren't on Law & Order?
I'm the only person who's never been on Law & Order. That's my claim to fame.
Having not been on
Yeah.
Law & Order.
All right, so everybody in the audience, first of all, Beautiful Boy is available now on Prime Video. And since you let us show that video, everyone here is going to get a 1-year Amazon Prime membership and a $150 Amazon gift card.